podcast. Come take this walk with me.
Welcome back to the Three Parallels Podcast with your host, D, Brother Dr. Jason Branch, where we rediscover who we were, we embrace who we are, and we make room for who we're trying to become. If that is you, you are in the right place because you are here at the right time. And what's the right time? Anytime, based off of what you say. Because everything in life is based off what we say, what we think, what we believe. And I believe that this person today is going to bless you in so many ways possible because I'm going to dive into places and spaces that we've never dove in before because we probably had about 8 minutes total of knowing each other. And in that 8 minutes,
It's so true.
in that 8 minutes, it felt like I've known this woman for 8 months. It was love. Deborah Hartnett is a ball of love, energy, vibes, a mood. She a whole mood. This woman, this woman was just on the other side. We were outside. This is TEDx Temecula, Temecula, California. And I went because I'm preparing for next year. Come on. So therefore, I went to observe, and I'm just in the building, in the space and place, and I see this woman made a beeline. She looked at me, I looked at her, and it was just this big smile. And I'm like, yo, I don't know what this is, and I don't know why she coming my way, but we finna hug. So I asked politely, can I have a hug? I don't even know what we talked about. It don't even matter. The energy was enough. And in 8 minutes, we decided, yeah, we supposed to connect. We supposed to partner. And that's what I'm introducing you all to today. I want you to think about just love and energy. Ladies and gentlemen, I would love to bring to you all the one and only Deborah Hartnett. Welcome to the show.
Well, wow, that was an awesome introduction. Thank you, Dr. Jason.
But of course, people need to know. And what I'm noticing with this show, all of my guests are curated to be on here, and it happens serendipitously. It happens organically, and I love that because I can't prepare it. I can't make this up. So what we did, we can't make that up.
Mm-mm.
But in 8 minutes, it just speaks volumes to the person, the humility, the humanity, the authenticity, and it's just this dynamic energy. So I'm curious, who are you, and where did where did this energy and vibe come from? What do you do with it? The people want to know. So let's talk.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a loaded question. So who am I? Well, you have my name. Um, really, I should probably just start with more, why am I?
Ooh, time out. I did not tell y'all. I already told I told y'all what she was about. Let's go. We here for it.
So I live my life on purpose, purposefully.
Hmm.
So over 2 decades ago, I learned the skill of being able to create myself.
Ooh,
And
ooh.
I've created myself from what I value, what guides me. And
Mm.
so why I am is to empower humanity to live purposeful, inspired, joyful lives now. Not
Wow.
when the circumstances
Yeah.
align,
Mm.
but now,
Yeah. So
because
where
now's
did
the
this
only
come from?
time we've got.
Ooh, come on, you blessing me. I don't know about y'all. I'm being blessed. So already, you just started. You just started. Where did this come from? Because it sounds like there was a pivot made where
Mhm,
this hasn't always been you, but this
mhm.
is you now, and you are never going back. That's what I heard. So if you don't mind sharing with us,
Yeah.
what does that look like?
Well, where I started, I moved to California. I'm Canadian, and well, I'm American now, but I moved to California back in 2000. I was in the film industry. I was in the IMAX industry,
Hmm.
and I was hired by a company to come down here and head up their film distribution department. And when I say
Hmm.
here, I mean more like the Hollywood area, right?
Okay.
Not Riverside County, where I am now in Temecula.
Gotcha.
And so that's where I started my journey. And I had a friend who had done this personal growth and development course. I was not necessarily at the time into personal growth and development. I thought I was on cloud nine, had a great career. Look at me, little Canadian girl, makes it big in California. I used that big with a small b because like I wouldn't, wouldn't know if it's really big, but for me, it was big. And so he would shut up about it, to be honest with
Mm,
you. It
mm,
was really annoying.
yeah.
And finally I was just like, I'll do it if you just don't talk about it anymore.
So,
And
so,
so it's the truth. You can call him up, Mike.
so
He lives
you
in
were
Northern
strong
California.
armed, or you were strong voiced into this thing. So he got on your nerves, basically.
Yes, yes, big time. And so and really what it was I saw a complete shift in him overnight. Like he just wasn't the same person. He was the person I saw he could be.
Yeah.
Like I saw who he could be, but he, you know how we have a perceived lens of ourselves. We think we show up a certain way in life, but if someone followed us around with a video camera, that isn't what we would see,
Wow.
right?
Wow.
So so he shifted overnight.
Yeah.
He actually
Yeah.
stood up to me. I was a bit of a bully back then. I
Mm.
didn't know I was a bully. I thought
Yeah.
I was the nicest person on the planet.
Wow.
And
Wow.
yeah, and so that's anyway, so I took this course. It's called the Landmark Forum. And
Okay.
it is, have you heard of it?
We got a lot to talk about.
Okay, good. Well, that was in 2003.
Uh-huh.
I completely altered the trajectory of my life. I
Mm.
got who I really am. I
Hmm.
got that I get to say what my life is for, and then I can act with integrity and live my life in alignment with that person.
Yeah.
So that and then I became a program leader for Landmark, and I've led many courses there. I'm not currently a program at Landmark. I don't represent Landmark. I just want to make sure you know I'm not a representative. I am a
Yeah.
consumer of
Hmm.
their products now, but I
Yeah.
was a program leader for many years. I led the latest one was the communication course. I was more in training, and I led one training communication course, and then I've led the self expression leadership program. I've led
Wow.
the seminars. Yeah, so
Wow. Deborah.
that's
Oh,
how I started
yes.
20 years
Yes.
ago.
Wow. Wow. So this is what I mean by this show as being organic. So this moment right now is what I call a breadcrumb. And if you see enough breadcrumbs are the things that's all around us all the time, hidden in plain sight. We don't see it. And when you start eating breadcrumbs, you get more bread, you get more access, you see more things. And this show is so organic that I had no idea you were going to share this. And I'm also a card carrying member of the Landmark Forum as well.
I figured you'd, well, I mean, first of all, what you do for a living,
Yeah.
but second of all, you know, I mean, a kindred knows a kindred.
Come on, Deborah, get off my show. Okay.
Whether
I've
or
kicked
not
people.
you've
I
done the
kick
forum or
people.
not, I highly recommend it. But
Kick people off the show for what you're doing right now, okay? This is just so much. It's so good. And Deborah, that's what it was. It's an energy because it's a shift. It's a mind shift. And I agree with you 100%. It's a life-changing experience. And I also will speak because I've never shared this on the show. I'm not I'm not a salesperson around it at all, but I'm an advocate for it because it gives you a new and different perspective in a very strategic way. I've never seen anything else like it, and that was 2019 for me. And yes, it changed my life as well. And now here we are, full circle, not even knowing this. Again, 8 minutes. We've known each other longer on this podcast than in real life,
we actually do.
and we
But
just
you
went a
know,
whole
when
nother
we saw each
level.
other,
Yes, and
we
now
knew each
we're
other.
connected on a whole nother level because of the forum. Because once you do the forum, you speak a language. Because this is what's so wild, the parallels. The same the same energy that you got from your friend is what I got from my friend, which is why I went. She drugged me. She would not stop talking about it. And I'm just
Yes.
like, yo, shut up already. And how did I shut up? I had to show up.
Yeah. That's it. I was like, I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to go. I'm going to go, okay, thanks. Read the book, you know, whatever. Uh, and then I ended up
Oh
being the
man.
one who, you know, 20 years later, I'm still participating
Oh my
as
goodness.
a graduate. They have lots of
Yeah.
different programs.
Oh my
You
goodness.
know, it's just, yeah,
So this is so now we're talking in code to a lot of
we are.
audience
Yeah.
members, which is It's a part of it. Again, if you're part of a culture, we don't have time to educate the whole culture, okay? But what we do have time for is to expose you. So now all of you have been exposed to the Landmark Forum, and in the description, you will have access if you're interested. Again, I don't make anything off of it yet, but now I am because of this. But but because the
Because
opportunity
that's the shifting of another human being's life,
Yes.
right?
Come
That's what
on.
we get
Come
out of it.
on. Come
Like,
on.
yeah.
Yes. So now you all have access because you took part in this show. This happened organically. Me and Deborah did not talk about this beforehand. I just need y'all to see this in real time. And the energy that we're sharing, what we're talking about, speaks volumes to experiences based off of what we invested in. And to me, to become the best version of yourself, you have to be willing to invest in yourself. So, Deborah, where did this mindset shift come from of just seeing life differently? Was it just the forum, or was it other things, or did the forum open up other doors? Tell us more.
Well, the first shift came with the forum. I had never done really any personal growth and development. I was 30 at the time, and I was a young 30.
Hmm.
I mean, I learned later that I was developmentally delayed due to a lot of trauma and things I hadn't dealt with and all of that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So it opened Pandora's box, is what it did,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had been to therapy and things like that in the past, but this is completely different. And so
Mm.
from there, I mean, I felt for the first time like myself.
Mm.
Now, there was still a lot of stuff in the way of me fully expressing that, right?
Hmm.
Because it's
Yeah.
an onion that,
Yes, indeed.
I'm still peeling away the layer. I'll be peeling the layers away until my spirit leaves my body,
True
like,
story. True
right?
story.
This brain
Hmm.
is a very complex thing, and then the energy that we keep in our bodies and all that kind of thing. However, my mission in life is to be the most present, fulfilled version of myself that I can be, the biggest
Yeah.
contribution. And for me, the biggest contribution is presence.
Mm.
And I think maybe that might be what you were attracted to, was in that moment, I just was with you and I just
Yes.
was fully available and I was
Absolutely.
giving off the energy that I believe I was getting back. I
Yeah.
think we were just mirroring each other.
I would agree. I would agree
Yeah.
100%. So, how would someone who hasn't been exposed or haven't experienced therapy, definitely haven't done the landmark forum because they just found out today it exists, how do individuals who haven't had that exposure begin to create a pivot like you did to just go into different places to be able to be present?
Yeah. Well, honestly, I think that, man, this is one of the most exciting times for humanity. It could be potentially one of the scariest times as well, but with podcasts and there's so much free content out there, there like a podcast like yours, a podcast like mine. Find somebody that you resonate with. Ask a friend, hey, like someone that you go, I think that person's super cool. Hey, what are you listening to? What have you read? Start there. I mean, if you
Hmm.
want to put money in right away, the lamb. I mean, we did. I really, we did not know. I don't even really talk about Landmark that much. I don't think I've talked about it on my podcast yet. I'm only in my second
Wow.
season. Not
Yeah.
because it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Just if it comes up organically, it comes up.
Yeah.
But I don't think you have to throw money at it right away if you're just exploring. There's just
Hmm.
so much free stuff out there. Start listening that way and reading that way, and then that'll lead you to another book, and then that'll lead you to a course, and then that might lead you to a coach or a mentor or a therapist, or we're all at different levels of our transformation, of our ascendance, our evolution, whatever you want to call it. But if that's who you are, like you feel like you've hit a wall, or you feel like, oh, there's more to me, there's more, I just don't know how to get it out, then that's what I would start with.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. To the listeners, I hope you are paying attention. Well, actually, I know you are because you're here. You are here paying attention. Take these things that's being shared as a breadcrumb because that's what it is. It's a gift that keeps on giving. But you have to at least accept the first gift.
Mhm.
And Deborah's given a lot of gifts. Okay, just take one. All you need is one, and it'll take you somewhere. So, going from different cultures and customs from Canada to the US, especially to go to LA, Hollywood, how did you manage that transition from, the girl in Canada to the woman in LA?
Oh.
Did I open a door?
Oh, I just had a little trauma response in my body. Oh my gosh. You want to talk about culture shock?
Hmm.
Holy moly. Um, was the question how?
However you want to answer it, because we
Okay.
going somewhere, and I'm with
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, that probably was what I didn't was what I wasn't aware of at the time. I'm joking about my friend and he was
it.
annoying and da da da. But I I believe there's a certain point in everybody's life, right? Like in our teens and our 20s, we're still figuring out who we are. I mean, I'm still figuring out who I am and I'm 55, but I'm just saying like in that phase, we're really exploring like who we are. How do we fit? We're not our parents, right? Like
Hmm.
who are we? And I was completely in a new environment. I knew nobody. I sort of knew the person who hired me, but I not really, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
I knew nobody here. My whole family was in Canada. I had no friends here, nothing. And so you want to talk about culture shock, uh, situation ripe to have a dark night of the soul, one of those moments where you wake up on another planet. You go, oh, I thought the world was one way, and oh my God, it's this way. So it was like a
Mm.
huge mirror
Yeah.
for anything about me that didn't work. And what I mean by didn't work was I wasn't able to perform as a human being the way that I thought I could, the way that I wanted to, and you put that on top of not knowing anybody. And if you've heard any stories about people moving to LA, it's one of the most populated cities, in North America, and it's one of the loneliest cities.
Wow. So
It's
powerful.
so lonely. You're surrounded by people, but it's vapid.
Tell us
Everybody,
more.
like, you find them eventually, right? You
Uh-huh.
find those people who still care about their humanity,
Oh.
but most people go to Hollywood to make it, to be
Mm.
famous, to, what
Hmm.
I'm, they have no interest in other people or anything really deep, even
Yeah.
though we're supposed to be artists. That was my experience. That was my
Wow.
experience.
Wow.
But eventually,
Uh-huh.
it took me, I think, 2 years before I made one friend. Now I knew
Wow.
people,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
but you know what I'm talking about. I've
Absolutely.
always been a very, I don't know the word deep, but like
Connected.
connected. Like
Okay.
I need to see you. I don't
Mm.
care about the weather. I don't care what you ate for breakfast, right? How are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Hmm.
Who are you?
Yeah.
And that there's not a lot of that in Hollywood,
Wow.
at least
Wow.
when I grew up there.
Yeah. So, what was it like for you in Canada that was different from this culture shock of being in LA? Because that sounds like a huge difference of whatever you grew up with. But curious to know more. But those stark differences, and then adjusting to it.
Well, first of all, I had an identity there in the sense of people that I was around knew me, right? I
Hmm.
mean, and people who live in the same city their whole lives or whatever. Like I'm dating someone right now who they've lived here almost their whole life, in
Hmm.
Temecula.
Yeah.
Temecula is bigger now, but back then, you know what I'm saying? So he really does know everybody who has been around for the
Yeah.
last, 50 years, basically, right?
Wow. Yeah.
Um, so I was a military brat, first of all.
Hmm.
So we moved around quite a bit. And however, the difference being there was always somebody around me who quote unquote knew me. So
Mm.
that can be a gift, but it can also be a curse because I have always been a seeker. I didn't know that, but
Yeah.
I have always been a seeker. Like there's got to be more, but not more stuff, more fulfillment.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the time, I just didn't know what that looked like. So
Hmm.
in Canada, it was familiar, it was home, but I also knew really early, like probably in my early 20s, that I wasn't going to be in Canada forever. And not because I didn't love Canada. I already knew that I was going to be coming to the US
Yeah.
just in my bones. And then I started sort of resonating at that energy level and actually starting reaching out. And um, I did meet somebody, but that's not how I got here. Do you know what I'm saying? But about
Yeah.
3 years before I got to the US, I came to California for the first time.
Hmm.
And, I believe in putting yourself where you want to be. And there's a
Yeah.
lot of research around that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's neuroscience, it's physics, there's a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But energetically and physically and visually, putting myself somewhere that I wanted to be.
Yeah.
And so there was a point where I could really feel that confinement that I felt. And I think a lot of my past, my upbringing, and I didn't have a horrible childhood. There was some traumatic moments. There was, sexual assault, not within my immediate family, thank goodness. But there was things like that I hadn't fully dealt with yet.
Mhm.
And the experience was like, I've hit a wall. I feel trapped. I don't feel like I can be my full self. And again, that was all sort of subconscious. It wasn't super conscious, but my
Yeah.
actions were acting consistent with this thing I wasn't articulating, right?
Yeah.
So really it was like a break free because I
Hmm.
had a blank slate, but at the same time, moving here, oh,
Yeah. So let me ask this. So this is part of the show. Like we're in the basement. We've been in the basement since we started, Deborah, because you are deep. Okay. You are
and
intellectual.
I
You're
love that
spiritual.
analogy by the attic. Was it
Yes,
attic,
indeed.
living room, basement?
All day long. I see
Yeah.
you
Yeah. I was
studying.
like, I get that. I so get that.
And I don't run out. Okay. That's just one of the many. And I do not run out. So for us, we're in the basement because there's trust here. There's authenticity here. There's humanity. There's humility. There's that humanism. How did you develop this level of um, courage, I would say, because it's like, yeah, you felt it in the underbelly, the subconscious, but you had to do a lot in order to leave. Because a lot of people don't leave. A lot of people never leave their city, their state, their country. And you did.
Mhm.
And you did it not knowing the end result, but you knew this ain't it.
Yeah.
So what was that?
Yeah. Okay. So part of what I do now is a much more clear, structured, um, evident way that I was living my life instinctively. And
Mhm.
I do mean instinctively. So I think that in us all, there's the aspiration, the whispering in our soul. We all have
Mhm.
it, right? And then there's the reality of our current circumstances that never ever is aligned with that whisper in our soul, right? So you're talking about
Mhm.
how did I have the courage to leave? At the time, it didn't occur like courage. It just was, like I said, I had this deep whispering that I knew that I wasn't going to be in Canada forever.
Yeah.
And I kept living as true to what felt authentic to me as I could. So
Mm.
I started my career as an actress and a singer.
Yeah.
So I've been acting and singing since I was 8.
Wow.
And then I was on a few television shows in Canada. If it sounds impressive, it's much less impressive in reality. Nobody recognizes me. Go on IMDb, and I've got 3 different names because I've been married twice. So, uh,
The realness. We still in the basement, Deborah.
It was like, but anyway, so I lived that life. That's what I thought I wanted. I did sing with some pretty high profile people, for some pretty high profile people. And then coming to the US and just being an artist, true artists are our connection to our humanity.
Mhm.
True artists, why in COVID did everybody turn to our entertainers and our artists? Because we were lost.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
had ever been in this position before.
Absolutely.
And so we turn to what? Our humanity, because it's
Hmm.
the only thing that truly connects us.
Yeah.
But when I say only, I'm talking with a big O.
I see you, Deborah. I see you.
And that's
That's
why
beautiful.
the big smile and the open arms, because I was just hugging myself when I met you.
These are facts. Because you hug as good as me, and I was surprised. Because I am a hugger. It was
Yeah.
love. It was instant, automatic, just love.
Yeah.
It's an energy, it's a vibe. And we worked really hard to get here. And I'm so thankful for this connection because it provides evidence to me, for the listeners. Behavior equates to evidence. Evidence equates to facts. There are beliefs and facts. And we got a lot of beliefs. I feel as though as humans, we got 97% of the things that we do is based off of what we believe, which are not facts. But who cares about facts when I'm in my feelings? So for you, Deborah, if you found this way of recognizing who you are, how you want to live, and then you pivot and you've been rocking ever since. So now we're moving to the other side of who you are now and who you're becoming because you're already at another level and you're like, yeah, I'm not done yet. So what does that look like when you become her? All caps, no blue hat.
Oh man. So it's so great that you're talking about this because it's been about I don't know, 2017, do the math. I don't know how many years that is in the making for me to create an incubator where I can't escape.
Mm,
I can't escape the next level of my evolution. And um, so I think I'm answering the question.
keep
Um,
going. Just
okay.
do you, Deborah.
So
Come
what's
on.
next, right? Like, who am I becoming?
Yeah, yeah.
So this year in October, well, first of all, I launched the podcast, and my podcast, I think very much with what you're doing is a complete dream come true, a self-expression. It's not a marketing tool. Do I use it for that? Yes. Is that why? No. And that's why I didn't start one 5 years ago, 7 years ago. I was waiting until it was a resounding yes within myself and that I
Mhm.
knew I wouldn't be contributing to noise, that I would be for myself at least putting out something that I really felt was going to make a difference, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, the other thing I'm launching this year, I launched in October,
Uh-huh.
is a group coaching program, but I'm saying that because people have reference for they get that, a group coaching I get that. I get what that
Uh-huh.
is.
Yeah.
It's really more like a living laboratory.
Ooh, tell us.
So it's like I call it the alignment lab. Now, the accelerator is a business growth accelerator, but it's for purpose-driven people who are wanting to get out of that hustle and grind and come from intentionality and purpose. And so that's what the accelerator is. But then they come into this community called the alignment lab. Alignment with what? With who you really are and how much are you living in alignment in the real world. So
Hmm.
it's a never ending experiment in which I am in there too, just at my next level of evolution. So I can't escape.
Yeah.
I'm either going to be full of crap when I
Mm.
am in there, or I'm going to be in the trenches with them, living my experience um, in this next iteration.
Wow.
So, what's next for me is my next level of contribution, whatever that is. And I think that that is something that I know about myself is I'm not a get there at all costs kind of person.
Hmm.
I'm not doing it if it doesn't say yes in my body.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
I get it. I know I should be doing that. I know I should be doing
Hmm.
that. I know I should be doing that. I get it. Sorry,
Hmm.
it's a no,
It's a no for me.
right? So
There.
I post on social when I have something to say,
Mm.
right?
Uh-huh.
I my podcast, I only do 3 episodes a month. And if I don't find the right person, because I only do one interview, if I don't find the right person, I don't do it.
That's what I'm talking about.
I just don't,
That's what I'm
there's
talking about.
enough noise in the world.
Beautiful.
Everything I want to come out of me is for me authentic.
That's real. Oh.
So living authentically with my inspired purpose, which is again to empower people to live joyful, fulfilled, purpose-led lives now. It's the only
Mm.
moment we have is now
Yes.
with the circumstances that you have. What does that look like?
Mm. That's a valid question. That's a real question to the listeners.
And that's what my life is about.
I love it. I'm here for it. Oh, I'm here for it. So, y'all heard it here first. Congratulations. Congratulations on you becoming her. Because only this version of you could launch the podcast. Only
Yep.
this version of you could create the coaching program. Only this version of you can have the humility and confidence to know who you are and have the overflow of abundance to give you away.
Yeah, well, thank
And
you.
like this is again, you don't think you know you, Deborah. I don't think you know you. I don't think you, I know you. I don't think you know you because it's easy for you because you've done so much to get here, and that's what I meant when I said earlier. Like now that you're here, you'll never go back to who you used to be. Like
I won't ever go back, but I do want to say something about that. And do I call you
yeah,
Dr. J? Do I call you
you
Jason?
call me whatever. I don't. You call me. I don't care about that. Everybody know I'm a
We're in the
doctor.
basement. You can
We in the
call me whatever
basement,
you
man. Who
want.
care about titles? We down here naked and afraid. And they ain't talking about a TV show, okay? Turtle just left the shell. We just out here vulnerable and emotional, and it's okay.
Yeah,
Let's go,
good.
Deborah.
Well, because it's about to get even more vulnerable and
Let's do
emotional.
it.
Because I think this is really important. It isn't easy. And it's terrifying to put yourself out there and to be saying things that most people I know aren't saying. And to be living my life in a way that a lot of people are scratching their heads and going, huh? Right?
Yeah.
And no, it can be terrifying. And so I have to surround myself with people like you who who get it because I can't live any other way. Like you said,
Mm,
I cannot go back
yeah.
to pretending
Mm,
who I know I wasn't.
yeah.
You know, and so all I can do is keep peeling away the layers. And then it's a choice whether or not I'm going to broadcast it or not. And I broadcast it because it was people who broadcasted before me that gave me the courage to be where I am today,
Yeah.
you know? So I just want to it's not, it never, for me at least, it hasn't gotten easier. It's gotten more essential. It's gotten more necessary, but not easy.
Oh. Oh. Y'all heard the disclaimer, okay? Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, okay? We out here in these getting better streets, raw dog in life, figuring this thing out as we go, okay? Know that. And it's hard. And although it's hard and it's scary, you're still able to do it. And that's exactly what you did, Deborah.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you not only allowing us in your basement and we're down here together, you took us to a whole nother floor, a whole nother room, and I'm here for it. So this next segment, we finna go back upstairs to the living room, hang out on the couch,
All
shooting
right.
socks off, rubbing our toes together, watching our favorite
All
TV
right.
show or movie. So these questions I got for you are related to, and we got a
Can
guest.
you hear my dogs, Jason?
Yeah, and we're gonna keep it moving. We got a show to
Okay,
do.
I just need to be able to hear the question and I can't hear you. So, guys, come here. Come here.
Listen, this show is organic.
Okay,
Put a Chiquita banana on our forehead. We are organic. So
we are.
You good? Can you hear
This
me?
is not rehearsed.
This is not right. I love it. I'm here for it.
I just need to be able to hear the question in order to
Okay.
answer it.
All right. So let's see
Okay.
if we can get this in between barks. All right. What would you say, out of all these years of life, from Canada to LA to here to now, what have you learned about yourself? And especially, what have you learned about other people?
Oh, okay. Well, I think I've talked enough about myself. So let's talk about other people.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, the biggest thing, and at this point, I really have coached thousands of people at this point. I've coached a room of 500 people very briefly, like one time, right? All the
Hmm.
way to, leading programs for around 100 over decades, right?
Yeah.
Then there's the
Yeah.
consulting that I've done. Then there's, what I've done professionally. So I'm only saying this to give people insight into how many people from all walks of life, and I'm talking all walks of life, I have been in the presence of and dug deep with people who have murdered people and are reforming. I have been with people who are priests. I have been with mothers. I have been with people who've been poor and on the streets. I mean, the richest of the, I don't know if the richest of the rich, but people who have a lot of money, like
Hmm.
all of us CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. Like I've just giving you a broad spectrum because
Uh-huh.
we're talking about what have I learned about other people.
Yeah.
And what I've learned about other people is they're me.
Break that down.
At our most fundamental level, and I don't care if it sounds cliche, I've lived it and I've experienced it. We are the same. We all need love in some form. We all need it. And the most miserable people and the most dominant people who try and suppress and dominate are, in my experience, the ones who didn't get that love. We all need food.
True
We all
story.
need water. We all need sunlight. And we all need shelter.
Mm.
Ultimately, though, you can have sunlight and water and shelter and food, and you still wouldn't survive for very long. And there are lots of studies out there, right? I mean, I don't know, it depends on you, but eventually you'll go crazy because we need
Mm.
each other
That's real. That's
and
real.
we are each other. And the research is there now that actually shows we are all made of stardust, no matter what your spiritual beliefs are, because we still don't know who's orchestrating this whole wacko thing we're living. Okay. But what I've learned about people is they're me.
Love
So
that. I love it. I'm
what's
here
not
for
to
it.
love?
I'm here for it. And I agree with you 100%. 100%. It's that's the layers again, like peeling back to humanity.
Mhm.
We can't deny the facts.
No. Can I
And
say
some
one
people,
more thing before you ask another question?
please jump
Okay.
in. You got this.
Because I think this is an important thing too, because I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, why can't we all get along?" and da da da. And then the next thing you know, on social media, they're dissing somebody they don't agree with.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Okay. I am of the opinion that again, we are more alike than we are different. And I choose to engage in conversations that connect us, not separate us. I have beliefs, I have opinions, but that's not what I'm on this planet for. Why? Because my beliefs, and when I say my beliefs, I mean I'm talking at a certain level. On a fundamental level, I am living my belief, which is we all are the same, and we're all just walking each other home. And
Mm.
I just want to be here for it and be most available as I can. So, to engage in conversations in a way that is going to cause division, I'm not interested in. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
very suspect, and I don't care if it, and I've seen this has happened to me where someone I really admire, and I was like, no, this person has their heart in the right place. And then I see some, and I'm like, oh, okay,
Mm-hmm.
all right. Didn't call that one.
Yeah.
right? Again, I'm interested in what connects us. And so I can be with someone who has a completely opposing opinion of me and of my beliefs, and still be curious and interested and not have to give my opinion.
Hmm.
I don't want to hear any more people's opinions, to be honest with you. Because what difference does it make?
True story. True story.
Now, a stand is different than an opinion.
Ooh, come on. Come on,
A
preach. Come on, preach.
stand is something you get behind and live consistently with. So
Hmm.
people like that who have very strong convictions and are living authentic to those convictions, whether they absolutely don't go with what I believe, I have all the respect for. I respect them. I don't need to
Hmm.
agree with them. I don't need to want to get on board with them, but I respect that because to me, that's integrity. But
Love it.
today with social media, everyone has an opinion and they're putting it on loudspeaker and it's just noise and we're not getting anywhere as a society and as a world. And I'm
Facts.
interested in transformation. I'm interested in
Hmm.
evolution,
Hmm.
right? I'm interested in doing better because we now know how our brain works. We now
Yes.
know what causes war. We
Yes.
now know what causes all the unworkability in the world. And now
Absolutely.
it's choice.
Dropping you. Deborah, I'm finna kick you off this show right now.
Okay.
For you finna get kicked
I
out
do
of
have to
here.
go pick up my son at some point, but
Oh, this is so good. And this is so you. And I'm thankful that you decided to share you with us. Because I don't take it lightly. I know how valuable your time is. I know how you protect your peace, your energy, and everyone doesn't have access to you. So not only do we have access to each other and you've given yourself to the audience, the listeners, it's a blessing and a gift that's going to continue to give.
Mm,
And my hope is, I'm sorry, my expectation is what you've done on this show is going to create ripples. That's going to be an impact that comes right back to you. And
mm,
you'll know it when it happens. And that's what I call ripples. You got breadcrumbs, you got ripples. Ripples is when you put a pebble in the pond, which is exactly what you did being on the show. It's going to make an impact from the moment that it hits the pond, ripples all the way to the outer banks and back to that place, which is you.
mm,
Deborah, you're putting out so much love, so much energy, so much joy, where people have no choice but to get some. As long as you are around and they ain't got none, they gonna get some. So
mm.
you make up for what people did not get by being authentically you. And I thank you for being you. 100%.
Oh, Dr.
Yeah.
J.
Deborah, I listen. You just you're so like everything that you said is so valid. I've lived it. I'm living it as well. And this that kindred spirit and energy comes from the place of the darkness and sprouting and rooting up because that darkness, the basement, is the place where you plant seeds
Mhm.
and the soil is dark.
Yeah.
But you nurture it and you come up differently. And Deborah, I see you and you're a sunflower, bright.
How did you know that that's my flower? It's my totem flower. I don't
Hey,
necessarily like getting, I like them, but like, they're not like the most practical, but in terms of symbolism, I
yes,
would say the sunflower is
because
definitely,
we follow the same sundial.
yeah.
Mine is a sunflower as well.
It
Because I be giving
is.
all day long, Deborah, again. How we
You're a
meet, be
sunflower. I love
sing.
that song.
Hey, come on. Hey, let's go, Deborah. Hey,
I
hey.
don't know the rest of the words.
That's why we got the whole song. It's on the Three Parallels podcast playlist on Spotify right now. Y'all download, check it out. You can get the rest of that
Is
song.
it
Deborah
really?
started it. Yes.
Oh my God. That's so cool.
Deborah, we don't play over here. This Three Parallels podcast.
I
We
thought that's
don't
all we were
play.
doing was playing.
No. I'm finna get you out of here. We gotta go. We gotta go.
All
All right.
right.
Last thing.
Well,
Last
I
thing.
am going to have you on, and this can't be our last conversation,
Of
please.
course. Of course.
Um, it's been a pleasure to sit in the basement, in the living room. Maybe next time we get to the attic. I don't know.
Hey, I'm with it. Any room, I'm with it.
All
Because I want
right.
to see what's in your attic. You probably got Picasso, Basquiat. You probably got all kind of art up in there. I want to see what's going on. So if people want to get in contact with you, people want to be next to you, people want that energy, people want some of those sunflower seeds, how can
Yeah.
people get in contact with you and how can people purchase what you offer?
Oh, okay, great. Well, first of all, check my podcast. That's free. You get a little dose of me for free. It's called The Inspired Entrepreneur with Deborah Hartnett. There's a couple of them out there, but I think I'm the only one actually active. So it's called The Inspired Entrepreneur. I'm on pretty much all the platforms, including YouTube. And then if you want to get in touch with me, you can go to inspired-bp.com, and that's my website. And I have the accelerator that I talked about in the alignment lab. The next one's launching in January. So if you want to come play, it's by interview only. I only take 12 founders. So it is highly curated for a reason. Because it is a transformative experience, and we're all in it together. So the end, stay tuned for next year. At some point, I'm calling it out on myself because we know when we put it out there,
It's
we
coming
got to
back,
live
baby.
it and make it
Yes, indeed.
happen.
Yes,
I
indeed.
started writing a book, like I've got the outline and everything, and it is actually more of a spiritual guide for entrepreneurs, and it's
Beautiful.
called The Way of the Inspired Entrepreneur. So
Beautiful.
that'll be coming in 2026. So look out for that.
Beautiful. I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. To the listeners, you have access now, okay? And you have access to a gem, a sunflower, a sun, a heart. And to me, there's residual from what you just picked up. And when that residual happens, pay it forward. Give it to somebody. All right. And Deborah, please know you are a gift. And you know that you are. And I have a challenge for you.
Okay.
And this challenge is to push further within your basement because there's another level that's right there and you're on the cusp of it, but it's some small thing that's standing in the way. And that's an old version of Deborah. Do with that what you will.
Well, now you know I'm going to take that challenge on and I'll be like digging into that like
let's
crazy.
let's
I
go.
absolutely don't doubt it.
Let's go, Deborah. That's what I'm talking about. It's the openness, the curiosity, not being convicted, just being open. I'll receive. It just speaks volumes. So, yes, you coming back. All right. You ain't got no choice.
Okay.
You coming back. I'm coming on your
Anytime.
show. We're going to just go back and forth all day long. So, any last words? Not last words. I'm sorry. We are not doing execution right now. Any fun?
I'd like a last meal before my last words, please.
See what I'm talking about? So retract that. We're gonna retract that from the record.
Oh my goodness.
Any final gems, breadcrumbs that you want to offer to the audience, and in a format we call life work. So on this show, we don't do homework, we do life work. Homework, take it home, you do it, you don't remember it. Life work, you take it home, you do it, you will pivot, meaning your life will change. So if you can offer some life work, Deborah, what would it be?
Dig in to yourself. Get to know yourself. And if you don't like the person you are, work on it until you do. Because you can't really be any true contribution until you even know who you are.
All facts all day. Y'all heard it here first. You have been blessed with a gift that keeps on giving. This was an investment. So thank you all for investing your time, your attention, your focus, your energy. And if you want to invest your money, we got a Cash App now. Three Parallels Podcast got a Cash App. If you want to give, feel free to do so. If you want to just give some love, hit us in the head with a honey bun. You are more welcome to do so. It keeps us keeping the lights on. This has been another episode of Three Parallels Podcast with your host, the Brother Dr. Jason Branch, where we rediscover who we were, we embrace who we are, and we make room for who we're trying to become. If that is you, you are in the right place. We are in a place of transformation. And now is the greatest time, as Deborah said, because look at the time we are in.
Yeah.
That is it. That is all. Good night.